All right, so there are two really good ways to use Flipgrid within Canvas, and you might not be aware of both of them. So what I'm going to do is give you an overview of each and show you how to do each one. One of them is a method that is called embedding, and basically what you're doing is you're taking the Flipgrid, you're creating it within Flipgrid itself, and then you're bringing over embed code and embedding the Flipgrid into an assignment in Canvas. The second method is using the Flipgrid LTI in Canvas, which basically allows you to access that Flipgrid site without ever leaving Canvas. And so you can set up your assignments from within Canvas, your new topics from within Canvas, and you can even grade using SpeedGrader. So those are the two methods that we're going to talk about. I'm going to be showing you how to set it up. I'm going to show you how it looks as a student, and which, spoiler alert, they look the same. And then I'm going to show you from the teacher perspective how it looks to grade each one of those as well. All right, now we're going to talk about how to do an embedded Flipgrid assignment as opposed to the LTI Flipgrid assignment. So this is the embedded one. If you want to do that this way, here's what you do. I've created an assignment, haven't fleshed it out yet, just gave it a title so that I could run through that part quickly. And what would happen is I'm actually going to embed right here in the instructions my entire Flipgrid. So I'm going to go ahead and give it my points. I'm going to let's see, no submission, because there's nowhere for them to submit anything for this assignment. So it's a no submission. I'm going to go ahead and choose my assign things here, and now all that's left is for me to embed the Flipgrid. So I'm going to go over to my Flipgrid, and I'm going to use this one, and it's kind of old, and I'm going to hit the share button to share this particular topic. And there's this blue button that has embed code, and if you just click it once, it will copy the embed code. And you know it does it because it has that little orange circle that pops up. Okay, so that copied the code that I need. And now over here in my assignment, I'm going to click on the HTML editor, and I'm just going to put my cursor in here and paste. All right, that's all I have to do. And in fact, I can go back to the rich content editor and see what it looks like. And there it is. It is embedded. All right. And so I'm going to save and publish that assignment now. All my other settings are connected. But you do have to do a little bit back and forth. You have to have Flipgrid, the website, open, and you have to make sure that you grab the code and that sort of thing when you do an embed. So that is it for setting up this assignment. And next we'll take a look at what it looks like from a student perspective. Okay, friends, it's time to look at what the embedded Flipgrid assignment looks like in Canvas. So as a student, I click on the assignment name, and you'll see that it has the option of join with Google so that I can sign in with my Google account. All right, and it successfully logged me in, and you'll see there's my instructions, my video instructions, and then here's all the responses that are already here, and now I can just add a response by clicking the red button. All right, so fairly simple. So I'm going to just record something really quick for you. Hi, this is my response. My favorite football team is LT. And review. Hi. Great. Selfie. Next. Submit. Great. Done. Okay. So the student does submit this. It looks exactly the same from the student perspective, both ways that you choose to add this assignment to Canvas. All right, so we're going to grade the embedded Flipgrid now. And so I'm going to click on the name of the assignment, pull that up. This is one that has a few entries that are older on it. Oh, I haven't connected my Google account to this yet. Let's do that. Great. Okay, so I can see the whole grid, and the most recent is right here, and so I can click on that. All right, and then I can go back, and then I can grade the next person. Okay, so this is how I would grade it here. If I wanted to use SpeedGrader, none of this is going to appear in SpeedGrader. So if I open SpeedGrader, it's going to be kind of empty. It's going to say there's no submission because this was a no submission assignment. I could assign grades here, but I can't look at it at the same time that I'm assigning grades. So that's a huge difference because in the LTI, each student's video is going to pop up in this screen. All right, before you can set up a Flipgrid LTI assignment, you have to add the app in your Canvas course. Now you have to do this in each of your Canvas courses. If they're cross-listed, then only the parent course has to be set up. All right, but you cannot do this in a blueprint. So just keep that in mind. Every teacher needs to do this on their own and in their own courses. All right, so what you're going to do is you're going to go down to settings in your navigation and okay, and then you're going to go to the apps tab up here, and you're going to type in Flipgrid, and it should pop up right here, and it will not tell you that it's installed yet because it shouldn't be. You'll click on this and you'll just click add app. Now it's going to ask you for two pieces of information. It's going to ask you for the consumer key, and it's going to ask you for the shared secret. Both of those are pieces of information that you need to get from Flipgrid. So in another tab, I'm going to open Flipgrid up, and I'm going to go up in the top right-hand corner to the smiley face that's wearing the very cool shades. And I'm going to click on him, and I'm going to click on integrations. And as soon as I do that, I'm going to see my consumer key and my shared secret. So at this point, all I have to do is click copy and go back to my course and paste that information right in here. And then I go back and do the same thing with my shared secret, copy and paste, and then I'm going to click add app. And once you do that, you will be ready to create your LTI Flipgrid assignments. Okay, so I'm going to walk you through setting up an assignment using the Flipgrid LTI. So I've got an assignment created here. I've titled it. I have my instructions. I have my point value. And under submission type, I'm going to do external tool. Now, once that's selected, this pops up here, and I can click find, and I can scroll down to Flipgrid. And I'll select that, and I can load it in a new tab if I want to. I don't have to. I can choose my assignment settings and save. All right. Now, I got this message, connect Flipgrid to Canvas. Great. Now this button is going to happen the first time you use this, because what's going to happen is it creates a group within Flipgrid automatically for your course. Now you may already have one set up. That's okay. It doesn't matter. Then you'll have two. It creates this group based on this course that you are in right now in Canvas. All right, automatically puts everybody in it, creates a join code, all that good stuff. And then you can now do your assignments. So we have the topic right here, and we can just say it already created the topic within our group, and so we can just edit the topic. It was auto-generated, and so right from in here I can say introduce yourself, and yeah, ask a question. All right, you have all of your same type of settings that you would create if you were inside Flipgrid. basically you are operating in Flipgrid, but now it's kind of in this little window within Canvas. So you can do all the things that you normally do, blah, blah, blah. I think all that's fine. And I'm just going to update the topic. Okay, so I made the topic introduce yourself. And now I'm going to go show you what this looks like from a student perspective. Okay, friends, I'm back, and now I'm in here as Max, and I'm going to access that LTI Flipgrid assignment to see what it looks like. So I'm going to click on the name of the assignment here, and here's where I put my instructions, those extra ones that I said were unnecessary. They're right here, and here is my Flipgrid, and you'll see it looks just like the embedded one did, all right? And I can click on the recorded response. Works exactly the same way as last time. This is my really cool response to this question. Yay! All right. And I think I'm in the way here. Let's move me out of the way. Next. This is my really cool, yes, great. Selfie. Yay. And I smiled that time. And submit. And notice it automatically had him in there. Everything was fine. And that's it. That's all. So it's a very similar experience to submitting when it's embedded. Okay, let's look at what it looks like to grade an assignment with Flipgrid LTI. So this is the assignment. I'm going to click on it. And you'll notice when I have the LTI, I'm going to be able to use SpeedGrader now. So my grid is going to come up here, but it's going to look different than it did before probably, but it has all my videos right here. But I can open this now in SpeedGrader. And it's going to open one video at a time. So here's Max's video, which is me. And you can play just that video, and then you can move on to the next person, and you can give them a grade right in SpeedGrader. So that's what that looks like from the LTI perspective. Okay, so to sum up, basically from a student perspective, whether you embed your Flipgrid or whether you set up your assignment with an LTI for Flipgrid, the student experience is going to be the same either way. The teacher experience is going to be different. And the difference is that when you embed, you have to set up the Flipgrid in Flipgrid itself. So you have another website open, you do all your work in there, and you copy the embed code and you put it into Canvas. So you're working in two completely separate places. The other big difference is how you grade them, because in an embedded Flipgrid, the responses do not show up in SpeedGrader one at a time where you can assign a grade while you're watching the video. They just show up in the grid itself, which some people prefer. Okay. With the LTI, you're going to get that integration with SpeedGrader, and you're also going to be able to set up grids, set up topics just by creating a new assignment, and you'll be able to edit from within Canvas without having to continually have Flipgrid open in another tab or another window. So that's the overall difference between embedding Flipgrid and using the LTI, and I hope that that helps.